do your best. This is an incredible time. This is a golden age for us right now. And I wanted to warn you, good times never last. Robert Schuller said, tough times never last, but tough people do, and good times never last. And so therefore, you want to maximize this time where we are. Do your best and giving everything you do your all. What would you want people to say when you go? What would you want them to say about you? And I started thinking, have I done my best? Will people say that he did his best, that he made a difference? It just kept working in my mind. Did you do your best? That's an answer that we will have to answer on the other side. Did we die a life with no regrets, or a life full of talents, abilities, and skills and dreams that we never reach for, that we never use? And my goal is to finish strong. I still believe I got some more in me, and I'm not going to take it to the grave. And so therefore, I'm moving with a sense of urgency. We don't know how much time we have left. And so that when you look at yourself, look at your goals, look at your dreams, this is a time to turn it up. This is a time to live your dreams, because you can do more. It's important that we challenge ourselves. We should experiment and find out what else is in there. I'm reminded of a jazz artist. He was known for playing the piano. And he was playing in a bar one night, and the bartender was called by one of the patrons and said, would you have the pianist to sing something for me? And he said, I don't sing. You hired me to play the piano. Just tell him that I'll play whatever he wants. So the bartender went back to the patron and said, look, I hired him as a jazz pianist just to play. And so this patron said, look, I've spent over $1,000 here tonight. I go spend my money someplace else. Went back over and said to this man who was playing the piano, sing or you're fired. The pianist closed his eyes and he started singing. Mona Lisa, Mona Lisa. That was Nat King Cole. Wow, he didn't even know he had that voice in him. He was forced to do something that he was gifted at. What's in you? You see the reason why Dr. Miles Monroe kept saying, rob the cemetery of your gifts. You can do that by whatever you do, do your best at all times, under all circumstances. People form habits, and habits create futures. If you get in the habit of doing your best at all times, something is going to be birthed out of you. Here's what we know. Life has no duplicate. As when Howard Hughes on a plane and he died, somebody asked, how much did he leave when he took his last breath? And someone else answered, all of it. And see, life is about maximizing the moment. We got a moment here, and you want to maximize this time right now. Take advantage of it. What else you got going on for you? This is an entrepreneur's era. 47 million jobs will be lost through artificial intelligence. The people that will be impacted disproportionately are the people who are not willing to learn. And so you want to find something and test it, and you'll be surprised at what comes up for you. You'll be surprised. You have greatness in you. You were not just chosen to come here, work a job, overworked, and they pay you just enough to keep you from quitting. You've been given authority and dominion over everything, including the ability to create your own economy. Search yourself. Take personal inventory. Disconnect from this thing called life. The reason that most people never discover what the real purpose of our life is because of weapons of mass distractions. We've got to put ourselves in every moment. When you do that, things happen for you. When you give your best, that's the only reason I'm here. People say, how did you get here? I did what I could, and God did what I couldn't. Do the best that you can with what you have, and God will do the rest. If you do what you can, the Lord will make a way somehow.
How do you get a miracle going? Number one, do what you can. Number two, do the best you can. Here's number three, rest very little. Why? The weeds take the garden. Here's the clue. Make rest a necessity, not an objective. The objective of life is not to rest. The objective of life is to act.
Learn how to earn money from home. If you can do it for corporations, you can do it for yourself. And you'll pay yourself 3 to 4 times more money with less hassle and pressure and stress that you deal with when you're working for someone else. Learning how to present from home, learning how to use this computer to bring your personality through, how to use this computer to learn something. I'm talking to people who are earning 2 and 3 times more than what they were earning working on a job. People are making millions of dollars on these various platforms. But don't try and do it by yourself. Get around the right people whose energy brings out the best in you, and live each day as if it were your last, because one day, did you hear me? It will be. Listen, you're ready to experiment. Try something new. If you're not willing to learn, no one can help you. But if you're willing to learn, no one can stop you. Maya Angelou is right. There's nothing as painful as an untold story buried in your soul. You've got greatness in you. Don't downplay that. Use it up. Use it up. The primary question that one must ask oneself in life. Number one, where am I going? Number two, who's going with me? And if you ever ask those questions in the wrong order, you'll be in serious trouble. Do you understand that? You don't need anybody's approval. Approve yourself. Bet on you. Cicely Tyson, what do you want people to remember about you? And she said, I did my best. I did my best.
The dreams God has placed in your heart are not going to come to pass without opposition, without people trying to talk you out of it. But if you're going to reach your destiny, you have to have a made-up mind. There should be something you're believing for, that you are relentless. You're not discouraged by how long it's taking. Your attitude is, if I have to believe my whole life, I'm not going to stop believing. I'm not going to settle for mediocrity. I'm going to keep pursuing what God put in my heart. You have to have a holy determination. It's a fire on the inside, a knowing that it's supposed to be yours. Normal people would give up, but you're not normal. You want it on another level. How bad do you want what God has put in your heart? Bad enough to overlook some insults? Do you want it bad enough to keep pursuing even when circumstances say it's not going to happen? Don't have a weak mentality, have a warrior mentality. You have to be more determined than the opposition. You're not moved by what's not working out or by who's not for you. You know who is for you, the Most High God. Are you letting people talk you out of what God put in your heart? You'll never get out of debt. You've reached your limits. You can't start that business. Let that go in one ear and out the other. They don't determine your destiny. God does.